presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, our Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 2025 season finale. Co-main event time. Set for the middleweight division, Pat Casey versus David Sanchez. Our tale of the tape is presented by Rasha.
Okay, Sean, you can see David Sanchez with a 4-inch height advantage, 2-inch reach advantage. See if he can utilize that because he knows Casey's coming in to unload those powerful shots on the inside.
David Sanchez enters 2-0 in BKFC. His most recent bout last month, Sanchez, in our BKFC debut in Michigan, defeated Terrell Johnson by way of second-round KO. David Sanchez has also had 6 professional boxing matches. Sanchez told us in our fighter meeting, I am extremely confident with my punching power. I will control the range off of the jab, stay on my back foot, and then counter with hard, straight punches.
Well, he understands it. He's knocked a couple people out pretty quick. He wants to showcase his skill in this, but he really loves the brawl. He wants to control that because he wants to showcase his skill. Feels like he has a very high fight IQ, but he hasn't been able to show it yet.
Sanchez also said, I want to be extremely adaptable throughout this fight. Of his opponent, Pat Casey, David Sanchez said, I respect his wrestling. He's a very good MMA grappler. If Casey clinches, Sanchez said, I'm going to frame out, create space, and then land my power punches.
And as his opponent tries to get into position to tie up, he's going to rush it. He wants to land those uppercuts.
This is fight number 5 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship for Pat Casey. Fight number 4 for Casey at BKFC this past June. Pat Casey defeated UFC veteran John Howard by first-round TKO. Pat Casey has also had 19 pro MMA bouts. Casey told us, I'm going to fully utilize my athleticism. That means my movement, my footwork, and my active jabs throughout.
The thing that gives him great confidence is he says this is the first time he's really dedicated himself to this sport. He was always in and out, doing MMA, doing whatever, but now no more, just bare knuckle, and he feels like his timing, his understanding of the sport, his distance, his range, everything are much better now.
Casey also said, I'm really focused on my movement. I want to move on angles. I do not want to be linear. I'll be very technical with my striking. I have to gauge my timing early. That is key for me.
He's going to utilize the jab and the footwork, use that in and out motion, get in, land his punches, get out when he needs to, but he's got to be careful when he's exiting. His opponent has power. He cannot get stuck in that mid-range to get hit. This
is a crossroads fight, a hugely pivotal fight for these two talented middleweights here in BKFC. To get our co-main started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Presented to you by Russia, the official recovery and performance partner of BKFC. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands an even 6 feet tall. His official weight, an even 175 pounds. His pro boxing record stands at 6 fights and holds an undefeated BKFC record at 2-0. Fighting out of Hurricane, Utah, here is the undefeated David the SandMan Sanchez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 175 pounds even. He holds an MMA record of 19 fights and a BKFC record of 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Springfield, Massachusetts, here is Pat the Gorilla Ninja Casey. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Pat Casey said, I believe I have more punching power than David Sanchez, but I do not want to get caught in wild exchanges. The bell, round number 1. Black and red trunks for David Sanchez, black trunks for Pat Casey.
Sanchez has shown some pretty good punching power, so that's a pretty bold statement.
Casey loading up with the right hand to do that, and on the naked 2. Sanchez in southpaw, there's the right hand, and down goes David Sanchez.
And we have not seen Sanchez eat the canvas yet. Let's see how he reacts.
Mandatory 8 count, given to Sanchez by Dan Mergliata, right back to it. Casey, no rush, staying methodical. Right hand to the body. That was clever.
Yeah, I like that. Straight right to the body. It's a good punch against the southpaw versus right-handed fighter.
Sanchez in southpaw. Casey, as you see, in ortho. Left hand, hard right hand lands from Pat Casey. Sanchez took that exceedingly well. Another right hand from Casey. That only partially landed. The one previous landed flush.
It's confusing Sanchez when he's going the body. If Casey goes to the body, he doesn't know where the punch is coming. That opens up the head.
There was another big entry. Overhand right from Casey. Short on the overhand right and effective.
Casey doing a good job stepping outside that lead foot and throwing the straight right either downstairs or right up top.
40 seconds remaining, round number 1. This is our co-main event of the evening. We're at 175 pounds.
And once again, Casey's doing a great job stepping outside that lead foot, throwing that powerful right hand. Sanchez is hurt badly.
Up at 6 is David Sanchez, the mandatory 8. Given to Sanchez. This fight will not continue. We are done. And his biggest win in BKFC for Pat Casey.
Just doing a fantastic job stepping in, landing those powerful right hands every time. Right on the button, the combo to the body, and every time he threw the body, that froze Sanchez afterwards. Those punches upstairs are going to land after you land the body a few times. But, oh, right on the chin. I didn't even see the left hook afterwards. Watch this. Overhand right, followed with the left hand. Ooh, both of those punches, devastating. Sanchez landed hard. I'm impressed Sanchez got up, to be honest with you, Sean.
Our crafted replay presented by Forged Irish Stout.
I mean, Casey had a game plan. He knew, waited for the right time, stepped outside that lead foot. That's textbook. Landed the right hand. That was a beautiful series.
Casey's previous biggest win in BKFC this past June when he defeated UFC veteran John Howard by first round TKO. But Chris, this even bigger, no disrespect to the highly talented and pedigreed UFC veteran John Howard, but this is the co-main. That was big card, and David Sanchez coming in 2-0, a first round finish, and last month a second round finish.
And the thing is there, I mean, Sanchez, he talked about the fact that he has dedicated himself to the sport now. Before he was doing MMA, he was taking fights here. He wasn't training bare knuckle all the time. He was training everything. So now I've totally dedicated myself to this sport. It's going to be different. Sean, he looked phenomenal. The way he stepped outside that lead foot, that's just classic technical boxing. Landed those powerful shots. He did exactly what he needed to, and he went to the body. And that confused his opponent, and then everything's going to open up from there. I loved it.
Pat Casey is a fighter who I've commentated in MMA. When I saw that we had signed him in BKFC, I thought that he would be very good in his last 2 fights, defeating John Howard in June and now defeating David Sanchez this evening. He has looked outstanding. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 47 seconds, round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Pat the Gorilla Ninja Casey.
All right, Pat. There we go, a little sportsmanship, that's what we like, man. That was a hell of a performance. 2 big knockdowns, he doesn't get up after the second one. What was the plan going in? Was it just to decimate this guy? Because that's what you did tonight.
You know, I didn't go in there with the mentality of forcing anything. my coach Mike Rodriguez, we were just talking in the back, it's like sparring with a purpose. Focus, stay calm, same stuff I do every day. But when I see my opportunities, close the deal and really make the shots count.
You know, that kind of felt like a statement victory, and then you went over there and you talked to David Feldman. What did you just say to David Feldman? I always like to know what the fighters say to him. You know, what was your message to the boss man tonight?
I told him that this is my house, that I run the sun, that I fought here many times, that this is my backyard, that I run this place, and now I would like maybe some extra money, Uncle, you know, if he's in there, but you know.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, when you look in the division, is there anybody else that's kind of catching your eye here? Because I know we want to see you back doing what you do. Who's going to be the next one you try to knock out?
You know, I'm really trying to climb up the ranks. I feel in my heart 100% I'm one of the best 175ers in the world. I've been in there already with one of the top guys at 175. I have a great resume. Anybody, I want to get in the rankings. I want to get close to the title. I think I'm one of the best 75ers in the world. So whoever can get me an opportunity to show that so I can continue to move up, that's what I'm looking to do.
Hey, they know big fights here in Mohegan. Gotti, Ward, you know all the big ones here. We can't wait to see you back. One more time for Pat Casey.
And the best we've seen Pat Casey look, once again, dedicated himself to bare knuckle. It showed. He looked phenomenal with those overhand rights, those straights to the body. I love this performance.
David Sanchez entering 2-0. Both wins by way of finish in BKFC. He has huge punching power. Pat Casey told us, I believe I have more punching power, and he showed his punching power. Casey also showed his timing. He showed his skill set. He showed his poise. 2 knockdowns to the finish in our